And the starting lineups have concluded. So just sit right back. It's Thursday night, and it's the NBA payday.
Well, guys,
He's certainly come a long way, D.A. Thanks. So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Marjanovic is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Doncic. Then it's Josh Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. And for Portland, Robert Covington out there with Giles. Then it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Nurkic in at the center, filling out the middle. Now, here's Richardson. Passes it to Marjanovic. Rebound by Nurkic. And Portland with the ball. Lillard with it. Pass to Nurkic. Trailblazers moving the ball around. And it's Lillard missing.
And last season, Lillard doing more playmaking than prior years, a career high in assists.
Well, we all know that Dame can score whenever he wants to. This team is better when he's setting others up. Lillard knows that. I expect him to continue to spread the ball around.
Now Lillard following the Porzingis miss from deep.
Now, you expect him to make those. They've got to do more to get a hand in his face next time.
Misses the layup.
That works just like they drew it up until the part where he short arms it.
And it's Hollis-Jefferson with the jam.
And terrific floor awareness. I mean, it's obvious Covington has a great feel for when his teammates are wide open.
Now, here's Doncic. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Pass to Richardson. Hollis-Jefferson with it. And it's Richardson picking him up. Back to Lillard. Beyond the arc. Mavericks with the rebound.
Oh, man, as good of a shooter as he is, it drives him crazy to miss a wide-open three like that.
Doncic against Lillard. Richardson attacking. And Marjanovic with the slam.
Well, yeah, high IQ basketball for Richardson. Values the easy assist over a risky shot.
And a deep three from Lillard. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Mavericks have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Here's Doncic. Nails the baby hook.
And with good length and athleticism, Doncic not only gets to the rim, but boy, can he finish.
Lillard way outside. Lillard again missing.
His field goal percentage has dipped this quarter. I mean, his movement has to be better. He has to find the open spots on the floor.
And it's in there. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
Oof. That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. You know, at the center and the swing position, those are two guys that still are very reliable.
And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. Banked in off the glass. We've got 1:18 left here in the first quarter. Trailblazers trail by 3. To the left side wing. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
And he knows it, too. He tried to get away with it. Sometimes you do. That time he didn't.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Mike Powell comes in for Porzingis. And it's Maxi Kleber in for Doncic. Now here's Powell. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Brunson. Offensive rebound. Cauley Stein passes to Hardaway. Brunson with a clean look. Powell dishes to Cauley Stein. Bucket is good.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Portland's drawn a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. Here's Simons. Brunson covering. Cantor. And Cantor able to finish.
Now, that's the staple of Cantor's game. This guy has a knack for knowing how to come up with offensive boards.
Brunson kicks to Hardaway. Back to Brunson. Shoots. No good with the wing jumper. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Mavericks lead by 3 from Portland. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, they really got after it. I mean, they made life extremely difficult for the shooters, which is why they hold this lead.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Powell is out there with Cauley Stein. Then there's Maxi Kleber. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Redick in at the point. Powell, that's good.
Nice pass. I mean, putting in work on the interior, gotta love it.
Lillard fires away from way outside. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
The outside shot of Lillard is pure. I mean, he always seems to have the look that's going in.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That is his first foul of the game. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Here's of Nurkic. He's checked in for Enes Kanter. Giles comes in for Zach Collins. Robert Covington's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Lillard. Clock at 4. Here's Hardaway. The shot, no good. Now Portland takes it the other way. Simons, the pass to McCollum. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Here's Cauley Stein up and in on the layup.
Staying locked in. That's what helps Cauley Stein finish off these challenging buckets over the defense.
McCollum against Redick. The pass to Nurkic. Back to McCollum. Shot from the wing. Here's the 3. Offensive rebound. Second shot opportunity. And the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
He plays with so much heart, McCollum. I mean, is constantly battling on the court. This time, it's on the glass.
Pass to Powell. Back to Redick. Pass to Cauley Stein. Kleber inside. Covington's there. The shot by Powell, no good. Trailblazers have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Nurkic against Cauley Stein. Nurkic bounce pass. Here's Simons. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. From past the arc. And so the ball's out of bounds. Powell touched it last.
You know, Anthony's getting more floor time last season. He worked his way into the Blazers rotation. He's still young, though. It seems like he can carve a rollout on this team.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And it's Lillard missing.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
And he gets it to go.
And Simon a bit undersized at that two-guard position. Only 6'3", but a natural 2 with playmaking ability.
Ultimately, this team wants him to be a scoring threat off the bench. I mean, have him come in firing from outside. He's got a lot of work to get to that point there.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Pass to Marjanovic. And the rejection by Collins.
This is the defense Collins brings to the table. Excellent at knowing when to go after blocks.
Lillard from outside. And staying with the play, Anthony. Anthony's got his first points in this one.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Now Marjanovic. Stolen by Collins. To the inside. Hollis Jefferson.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Oh, exactly right. Momentum-shifting plays like that can change the tone of a game.
And Doncic gets it to go. Doncic has got 6.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It's a lazy effort. Let's just be honest. Hoping the shooter misses, that doesn't constitute defense.
Hollis Jefferson. Here's Cantor. Anthony on the wing. Lillard from deep three-point land. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. He's got 9.
He's got 6 points from beyond the arc in this quarter. I mean, for the game, he's got 9 points from deep.
Now, here's Doncic. 6 points for him. Outside, Porzingis. 5 to shoot. With a step back. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
And he's capable of scoring from anywhere, really. Doncic has a strong grasp here of the mid-range.
Out of bounds, it'll be Mavericks ball.
Yeah, with no defensive pressure at all, you've got to be able to make that exchange.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Mavericks ahead. They lead by... Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. At its highest, their lead topped out at 5. That's all for now.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Greg, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now as opposed to when you played?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the era I played in, but, you know, I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching. It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have become experts at drawing contact, even if it's, you know, incidental, and I think that's just an area where the game has changed so much that that ability to play in space is so vital.
Hollis Jefferson is out there with Damian Lillard. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. Then it's Robert Covington. And it's Giles in at the power forward position. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Lillard fires away from way outside. Lillard again missing.
His bad night from the field is only going to get worse if he keeps throwing up shots like that.
Nurkic against Porzingis. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Out to Doncic. 6 to shoot. Back to Porzingis. Richardson gets a wide open look. Marjanovic passes to Richardson. Drops in the tray. Richardson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Doesn't hesitate on the catch and shoot. When you can light it up like Richardson, why would you?
And a deep three from Lillard. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
Adding to his three-point total on the night. He had 3 in the first half. Now he's got his first one here in the second.
And there's the pass to Marjanovic. Back to Doncic. From 10 feet out. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
And guys, the intelligence is evident. When the pick comes, Doncic often makes the right read.
Lillard from deep three-point land, and another 3 for Portland.
What a tremendous ability to hit from so far out. That's a big-time 3.
Doncic finds Richardson. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Good work there as it goes. Richardson's got 7 points in the game.
Well, that makes him 4 for 5. I mean, I think that's pretty good numbers. I mean, they've got to be pleased with how things are playing off so far.
Lillard fires away from way outside, from beyond the arc, and then some. He's got 18.
And you can tell Lillard loves to test his range. I mean, he's showing how confident he is pulling the trigger.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Back to Doncic. Passes it to Marjanovic. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. And the Mavericks lead by 1.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. And a deep 3 from Lillard. It's hauled in by Porzingis. And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, he said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. Up top Powell. He's guarded by Collins. Back to Cauley-Stein. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on Enes Kanter.
You got to give major props to Cauley-Stein for using his effective shot fake to draw the defense off the ground. Once they are in the air, he simply just goes up on them.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. And he's good on the second.
Quality role player. Cauley-Stein offers energy, lift, and a team-first attitude his squad appreciates.
Cullen passes to Simons. 40 seconds left here in the third quarter. Back to McCollum. Pass to Kanter. Portland needs to get off a shot. McCollum, no good.
Yeah, but the defense was determined not to give him an inch of free space.
Runs in the pass to Cauley-Stein. Here's Kleba. Back to Cauley-Stein. And Cauley-Stein throws it down.
Oh, and when Cauley-Stein is cutting to the hoop after the screen, his teammates are doing their best to get him to rock. He is so good at finishing as the roller after the pick.
And here's McCollum. Got it up. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. The third quarter comes to a close. Mavericks lead. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Here's Burke. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. Trey Burke is out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. Then there's Dwight Powell. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein. And it's Kleba in at the 3. Pass to Burke. Clock at 6. He kicks to Hardaway. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Powell for 3. And it's Portland with the rebound. Nurkic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Lillard from deep three-point land. The Mavericks pull it in.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Trying to take advantage of that extra space on the perimeter. Well, we see a lot of this now.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Lillard fires away from way outside. The long distance 3 is buried. Lillard's got 21.
And until he cools off, I'd keep the ball in his hand.
And so they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Lillard. Here's Doncic. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Nurkic has got his 6th rebound on the night. Inside, here's Simons. And stolen by Richardson. Doncic against McCollum. And it's Doncic missing. Trailblazers trail by 5. And here's Anthony from the arc. McCollum outside. For 3. Unable to get that one. And the Mavericks going the other way now. And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter now. Here's Porzingis. Lays it up off the glass. And the Mavericks lead by 7.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And the basket by McCollum.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and they aren't just chucking up anything. I mean, they're doing a great job of creating quality looks.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Derek Jones comes in for Robert Covington. And Norman Powell subbed in for Anthony Simons. McCollum passes to Powell. The tray. Rebounded by Hardaway.
Look, I know he wants to get them back into this, but that's not the way to do it. They need smart shots, not heaves.
Doncic kicks to Porzingis. Back to Doncic. From deep. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 4 rebounds in this game. Anthony, the pass to Pop. The baseline jam. Porzingis with the rebound. Mavericks leading by 6. And that's an intentional foul. Trailblazers making a switch here. Lillard's checked in. The Mavericks also with a sub. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Marjanovic. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. An absolute bomb from 3-point range.
And it just seems when Doncic turns it on, it's a sight to see. Incredible at scoring in a variety of ways.
First free throw is good, and that'll push the lead to double digits. Hardaway hits them both. 1:16 left in the 4th quarter. Lillard fires away from way outside. Portland no good that time either. Dallas has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Mavericks.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the board.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats, just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Luka Doncic.
He had a hand in just about everything they did tonight. I mean, he just didn't take a single possession off on either end. He was the complete package.
Dallas, no good that time either. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. 8-point game. It drops. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And clutch is Lillard's middle name. Time and time again. This guy comes through for his squad.
Doncic passes to call his stop. Doncic with it. From deep three-point range. They get it back. From deep. Misses. So we see the Mavericks get the win here. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
We bring you tonight into Portland. And David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks.
Thanks, David. Now the starting group for the Denver Nuggets. Murray out there with Will Barton. Then it's Michael Porter. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Bull in power forward. And for the Trailblazers, we've got Hollis Jefferson. Enes Kanter is out there with Little. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Nurkic in its center. Now here's Barton. Passes it to Jokic. And Jokic slams it in.
Jokic, is he? I think he's showing some emotion, Kevin.
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers.
And Jokic carrying that standard for a superstar big man. For your money, though, Bones, is he the best true center in the game?
I don't think he's a true center in the sense, GA, that you can't really go down to the post and have him create his own offense by scoring the basketball. Of course, he's going to create plays for his teammates. I still think AD holds that title right now. A little bit of hustle, a little bit of energy. Jokic right now pounding the offensive glass and not quitting on these possessions.
And it's Lillard missing.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Portland moving the ball around. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot.
Well, forcibly, Lillard is a volume shooter for this team, but he's surprisingly efficient. Decent percentages across the board.
Now here's Murray. Jokic kicks the ball. Really left alone that time.
And he's not going to miss many of those, especially that wide open.
No, he's automatic from the mid-range, and the defense knows that. It's a mistake to give up a shot like that.
Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Well, that's an exclamation point right there. Lillard is a natural-born finisher.
Now here's Barton. And Kanter pulls it down. For Portland, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Hollis Jefferson passes to Nurkic. Teardrop shot. Little. No good. And it's Denver the other way. And here we go. Fast break. Murray's got it. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
There's some good anticipation there. Murray quickly out, leaking in transition and filling the lane.
And a deep three from Lillard. Portland keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock. The Nuggets leading by 4. And Murray. Here we go. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And the pass to Millsap. 1:49 left in the first quarter. Shot clock at 6. Rivers dishes to McGee. No doubt, Greg, you are known for being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul, I go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Nuggets. Back to Gordon. Out to Morris. At the top of the key, Millsap. Outside Gordon. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Well, you overreact to Paul Millsap. Good job of him staying patient and then finding one of his open teammates.
Simons, the pass to McCollum. Over Rivers. Got it from 16 feet.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
To the middle, taken away by Anthony. And here's the break. Morris with the block, and he gets it back. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And the basket by Gordon. Gordon's got 5 points so far.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Now McCollum. It's stolen by Morris. Here's Rivers. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's the Denver Nuggets heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we... And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And when you consider how Denver is doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at the Nuggets. They've got Nikola Jokic. Bill Barton is out there with Murray. Then there's Bull. And it's Porter in at the 3. Here's Bull after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Simons. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Like the execution there from Cantor. Usually likes to score, this time with the pass.
Here's Murray. That one dropped for his 2nd bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Here's Simons. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Collins. Little comes in for Anthony. Hyundai Hollis Jefferson. He's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Damian Lillard in for Anferny Simons. Now here's Barton. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him.
Well, Will Barton always going full speed. That time finds a bullet pass to a teammate.
And a deep 3 from Lillard. But they get it back. Cantor kicks to Hollis Jefferson. Lillard from outside. The shot comes out. Now Denver takes it the other way. Here's Murray. Portland grabs the miss. Cantor's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Hollis Jefferson. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Murray with it. Now guarded by Nurkic. Shot clock at 5. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Trailblazers trail by 7. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. He rifled that one in from distance. Lillard's got 9.
Yeah, keep thinking that he can't shoot it from there, and he'll prove you wrong. Lillard lost one of those high-arching bombs.
Morris finds Rivers. Outside Millsap. From beyond the arc and then some. Millsap's got the lead up to 7 now for the Nuggets.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets. One player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
The Nuggets shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game. From deep three-point range, they get it back, and Kents are able to finish.
Like when his motor is running and he's playing with high levels of energy, Cantor is a monster on the offensive glass.
And Lillard is going to pick up a foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
And that's the tough part of trying to keep him on the floor. Now he picks up that 3rd foul.
Morris dishes to Gordon. Kicks it to McGee. Gordon the pass to Morris. Back to Gordon. And he uses the glass on the layup. 7 points in the game.
And there's just so much athleticism to Gordon's game. Good luck trying to contain him inside.
Anthony up on top. 1:12 left in the first half. Denver leading by 10. Here's Morris. And McGee kicks to Rivers. To the inside. Millsap. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Millsap's got 5 points so far.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
It's McCollum with the drive. And he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
Boy, a very hard foul that time, and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays.
Just a smooth scorer is C.J. McCollum, and that combination of being confident and crafty keeps helping him pile up points in terms of his career statistics. Now he's at the line.
Back to Giles. Cullen passes to Giles. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. And it's Simons missing. The Nuggets leading by 10. Rivers finds Gordon. Over to the left wing. Rivers with it. He's guarded by McCollum. Here's Rivers. Three-pointer. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the 3rd quarter under.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA. After 2 quarters, it's Denver out in front. They lead by 10. And big fella. And that's a wrap. With
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. You and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know
but,
it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in the team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. Nurkic is out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Little. And it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 2. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Lillard against Murray. From deep. Lillard misses. The Nuggets leading by 9. And stolen by Lillard. Here's Cantor. It's deflected.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots.
I'm glad we got to see the mobile one block once more. What a play.
And they're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time D.
Now, here's Porter. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Portland grabs the miss. Cantor's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Hollis Jefferson. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
No good on the free throw. Zach Collins checked in for Portland. Norman Powell comes in for Little. Good on the second free throw. And here are the Nuggets now. Murray surveying the D. Martin passes to Bull. Good on the shot. Bull's got 8.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Portland no good that time either.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
You dig down deep at some of the numbers. Jokic is a much better defender than what he gets credit for. I think we always think about athleticism around rim protection, but sometimes it's just about size and smarts, and he has that.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Denver leading by 8. Murray dishes to Barton. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Now, here is Morris. He dishes it to Millsap. 4 on the shot clock. From the high post, he drills it. He's got 7. And Jokic likes physical play. Brent, he embraces the contact.
Well, you look at his physique, and I think he can absorb a lot of what it is that comes his way. But he's comfortable wrestling. He's got brothers. He knows what that's like. And he also loves to mess around with those press conference microphones, as we see.
Denver passing it around. It's Rivers on the wing. The wing jumper off target. And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Trailblazers trail by 10. 1:29 left to play here in the third. And he banks in the layup.
Lots of ways that CJ can burn you right there. Super effective on the inside.
And so it's Rivers with it. He'll bring it up for the Nuggets. McGee with it. Back to Morris. And Covington sends it back. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. And the basket by Gordon.
I like that. Staying alert. Rivers keeping his head up to find the open man.
51 seconds left to play in the third. A 3 from McCollum. Shot from the top of the key, and the basket is good. McCollum's got 8 points.
That's a great read on the pick and roll by McCollum. The defender backing up leaves him no hope of affecting that shot.
Pass to McGee. Here's Morris, and 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It goes on C.J. McCollum. The Nuggets have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Cantor checked in for Giles. Little comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Powell in for C.J. McCollum. Big group substitution here for Denver. Jokic has checked in for JaVale McGee. Cole comes in for Paul Millsap. Michael Porter, he's checked in for Aaron Gordon. And Murray subbed in for Austin Rivers. Morris looking over the floor. Murray left side.
I like that from Murray right there. When he's passing it like this, it can make him so much better and so much more open.
And so it. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. And Denver will start the fourth quarter with. Bill Barton is out there with Murray. Then there's Bull. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Porter at the three. Here's Powell and the dunk by Powell.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Now here's Barton. Pass to Murray. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Nuggets lead by 10.
Murray fearless on that drive right there. Not worried at all about the contact.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
You think about the 40th pick back in 2012. Will Barton languished on the bench in Portland for his first 2 seasons. Actually 2.5. And then that trade to Denver. Boy, that jump-started everything.
A different look now for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Anthony, and it's C.J. McCollum in for Powell. The Nuggets also changing it up. Millsap comes in for Bull, and Gordon subbed in for Will Barton. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Terry Stotts talk to his team during that timeout. He said, guys, we don't want to play hero ball. We don't want to take threes that aren't there. There are better options when you run the offense all the way through. Kevin will see if they can make that adjustment.
And here is Murray after Damian Lillard was able to get the three to go. Murray, the pass to Jokic. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. And with the Nuggets, Barton becoming an immediate contributor. And Brent, in recent seasons, they're starter at the small forward.
Yeah, he's an interesting player. He's a slender and slightly built player, but excellent at getting out there and rebounding, a tremendous runner at the wing position to play in transition. And that wingspan certainly helps out on a lot of plays, both offensively and defensively.
Now here's Murray. After the miss from Damian Lillard, Jokic finds Murray. Back to Jokic. He gets that one. And now an 11-point Nugget lead.
Love the floor spacing with this offense because Jokic at the center can move the ball just about anywhere you want. And now he's attacking the paint.
And your point guard's got to be the catalyst. Great job getting to the 10.
Well, Greg, he knows when they need a lift.
Did you see how much air he had under him? Wow.
Now, here's Jokic. Back to Murray. Jokic trying to free himself up, and it's Murray with the jam.
Well, if Murray gets his slashing game together like that, that's a good sign for his offense. Love how confident he is.
Lillard outside. For Murray. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
There's the positive attitude, the strong work ethic of Cantor. Great putback.
And here is Murray. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. On the wing, Porter. Offline with his three.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue, and you can't give up looks like that all game long.
Millsap passes to Murray. Back to Millsap. The kick out to Porter. From outside, off the mark. Trailblazers trail by 9. Here's McCollum. Nurkic dishes to Little. Nurkic the pass to Lillard. From deep three-point range, it's hauled in by Jokic. Jokic has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Andre Hollis-Jefferson, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum. Bol, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Will Barton comes in for Porter. Now here's Murray. Dishes at the Bol. Back to Murray. Little comes with a double team. It's stolen by Little. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. On up the court. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Well, he's capable of lighting a fuse and putting on a fireworks show. He'll do it in any building. Tonight he's got it going.
Passes to Jokic. He's 4 for 6 from the field with that miss.
This is a do-or-die possession. They have got to get points.
And you can't make any mistakes right here if you want to keep hope alive. Their execution has to be precise.
And it's Lillard missing. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Barton dishes the Bol. Wide open look here for Murray. Buries it from three-point range. And the Nuggets lead by 10.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
Barton kicks to Murray. And stolen by Lillard. From deep. Sinks the three-pointer.
Great job there getting the defense to commit one way, and then Lillard has the body control to pull up the other. Nails the quick jumper.
So the Nuggets win it. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team. All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the point. And for the Trailblazers, they've got Enes Kanter. Hyundai Hollis Jefferson out there with Damian Lillard. Then it's Little. And it's Nurkic in its center. Now here is George. Lillard left side. Bangs home the trifecta.
That's one of the reasons Lillard is out there. He gives you that deep threat.
Beverly finds George. Here's Zubac. The shot's good on the assist by George.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
So the wing on the left. Here's Hollis Jefferson. And it's off from three-point range.
The homecoming for Paul George, playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Lillard outside. Just 5 to shoot. Leonard with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Leonard's got the ball. George passes to Batum. Takes it off the glass.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the second pick in the 2017 draft. That or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' game.
And here's George. After Damian Lillard was able to get the 3 to go. George. Here's Zubac. Batum wide open. He fired. The three-pointer off the mark.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Little can't hit.
That was excellent contest, preventing him from making something that's usually automatic.
Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
I love the patience Beverly has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
And it's the Trailblazers with the ball after the basket by Los Angeles. Connects from three-point range.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
And we know once he gets in the rhythm, he's a really tough guy to stop.
Now here's Batum. Beverly with the ball. Lillard picks him up. Zubac no good. And so Lillard will bring it up for Portland. Oh my goodness!
Did you see
what a play!
Unbelievable.
Yeah, quick thinking, hits Dame, assist. Finds the open man and the ball instantly there for the finish.
Outside, George. Leonard kicks to George. From downtown, Zubac finds Leonard. And at last, they get one to fall. Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player 6'10" with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. And how about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1". I don't know. But he gets into you and competes, man. And that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great players. Batum, Beverly with the ball. Lillard picks him up. And there's Paul George on the assist by Batum.
At 6'8", Paul George is a threat inside, looking very comfortable from in there.
Lillard outside. 41 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Lillard again missing. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession. So Portland ends up going with the new group. The Trailblazers have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. right at the 50% mark.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
It's McCollum on the wing. And the shot is long.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Jackson misses. Here's Simons. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Trailblazer. And before the game, we ran into Damian Lillard, who touched upon the team's camaraderie.
What we've learned is staying together.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance here, boys, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Just stretching out the floor that first. They had the defense scrambling.
Reason why, excellent spacing. They may not stay this hot all game, but hard to bet against them.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Rajon Rondo is out there with Luke Kennard. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's man in at the 3 spot. Here is Lillard. He's got 12. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
Lillard against Rondo. Pass to Kennard. Covington with the steal. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Here's Lillard. Kennard with the rebound. Clippers trail by 5. Here's Rondo, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Robert Covington picks one up.
The speed of Rondo is not easy to keep up with. When he's driving to the rack, he is looking to get the defense up in the air.
And Rondo drops them both. Trailblazers leading by 3. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Here's Simons. No good on the 3. The Clippers shooting 47%, pretty solid. Back to Rondo. Clippers moving the ball around. Morris. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo.
Obviously, Rondo's main priority is to dish the rock. When you're open, he'll get it to you.
And a deep 3 from Lillard. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Launches it. The Clippers get another chance here. Anthony on the double team. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And the Clippers have possession. Morris passes to Rondo. The Clippers rebound.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Lillard with it. He's picked up by Rondo. And it's Damian Lillard with the 3. Lillard's got 8 here in the quarter.
And what a huge performance for him. I mean, he drained 3 3-pointers in that first quarter, and he's got 2 more here in the second.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Harry Giles comes in for Collins. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Damian Lillard. And Leonard gets it to go.
Right there, that is poise of Kawhi Leonard, just taking what the defense gives him.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
Leonard with the ball. Now defended by McCollum. From outside the arc. And it's Leonard missing. Portland leading. Lets it go from deep. And his third shot of the night, no good, 0 for 3. Here's George. Count it, his second make in 4 attempts.
So smart with the ball in his hands. George reads the floor well and takes advantage of what's there.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. Up and in, it's good. First basket of the game for him. 1 for 4 shooting.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Clippers have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, we know Leonard's an elite two-way machine, but there he shows us the artistry.
McCollum outside. We've got 33 seconds left now here in the second. Lets a floater go. That one, no good. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Here's Leonard. A shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 4 assists in the game.
He's been a big factor in their offense tonight, making shot after shot.
McCollum against George. McCollum right side. Uses the glass to finish the layup. McCollum's got the game tied up here for the Trailblazers.
If there's a weakness in your defense, McCollum will find it. Reads the floor exceptionally well.
And so it's Damian Lillard. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the Damian Lillard has been having a big night. He ended up with 17 points and 1 rebound. He's been a different. That's all for now. Say goodbye.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
Rondé Hollis-Jefferson out there with Damian Lillard. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Little in at the 3 slot. That's the group on the floor for Portland. In the corner, it's Patterson. Back to Kennard. And it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Around the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather take? Kawhi and PG, Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
Oof. Well, wow. I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know, Kawhi's got a couple finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, pardon me.
I agree. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. An easy 2 points on the layup. And the Clippers lead by 2.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson. Staying patient, surveying the court, locates the open man.
Jackson against Lillard. No good from outside.
Only 1 for 4 in this half. Sometimes it's execution. Sometimes the shots just don't go down.
Here's Mann. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Here's Hollis-Jefferson. Sweet little floater. Hollis-Jefferson's got 6 points.
Man, I'll tell you, when you get your floater game going, it's a tremendous weapon.
Kennard, the pass to Mann. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Jackson with it. Now guarded by Nurkic. Jackson, that's good.
This is what you get from Reggie Jackson now. Powering through contact and has the focus to complete the play.
Lillard from deep three-point land. They get it again. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Jackson passes to Zubac. Here's Mann. The pass to Zubac. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Collins checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. And then for Los Angeles, Marcus Morris is checked in for Patterson. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Jackson. Lillard surveying the D. Goes back up. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Outside Collins. Dishes to Lillard. Collins. No luck. They battled on the glass but couldn't knock it down. Here's Mann. Count it. And the Clippers lead by 5.
Poor interior defense. If you play him soft, he's going to kill you.
Lillard against Rondo. A three-pointer, no good.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
As you've seen, they've made numerous attempts to try to get him going. Shows how valuable he is to this offense.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Sinks the triple.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Kennard against McCollum. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. McCollum's got 6.
And give McCollum credit. It's big for his confidence when he's able to muscle these shots in.
1:22 left in the third quarter. Mann can't hit. Trailblazers trail by 6. From down in the low post, it goes.
That's the pass you want. Orchestrating the offense, creating for others.
The Clippers have gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. Kennard, the pass to Zubac. The shot's good from Kennard. He has 7.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
It's a scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up. Portland shooting their first free throw this game.
And as a team, excellent. A season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
And the Clippers have possession. 3-point lead. Beverly dishes to George. Back to Beverly. George against McCollum. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Power move from PG-13. He's added a lot of muscle to his frame over the years, putting it to good use right there.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And here's McCollum for 3. Batum grabs the miss. Outside, George. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. George has got 4 this quarter.
You just love how reliable he is. Night in and night out, his offense is there.
A 3 from McCollum gets the three-pointer to fall.
And you can't give McCollum any space. Always a threat to pull the trigger.
And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the 4th. Who will carry the day? And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the 4th quarter could have even more action in store for us. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. 4th quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Ivica Zubac. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Hollis Jefferson finds Lillard. Tries again. Nurkic the pass to Lillard. The 15-footer. Good. Lillard's got 19 points.
The natural offensive talent of Lillard gives him incredible flexibility. And, boy, he can strike at any time.
Nobody near George. Los Angeles with another miss. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Trailblazers. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Stolen by George. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. And that one's good. Beverley. And the Clippers lead by 4.
I mean, a great look by Kawhi, aware of what the defense is trying to do. Understands the spacing. Phenomenal how many threes he drained in the first half, especially considering he's hit none since.
A nice shot by George.
Defensively, you have to tighten up on him or suffer the consequences.
Lillard against Beverley. Now, here's Lillard. He's guarded closely. Lets it go with the 3. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points. Staying active even after the shot goes up.
And George kicks to Batum. Here's Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Lillard against Beverley. Lillard attacking, and he banks in the layup. Lillard's got 21.
Refuses to let contact deter him from scoring. I'm a fan of Lillard's willingness to challenge defenders.
Beverley dishes to Batum. Pass to Zubac from 10 feet out. Portland grabs the miss. Nurkic has got his 5th rebound in this one. And there's Lillard. That's good on the assist by Little. Now it's just a 3-point Clipper lead. Leonard finds George. Back to Leonard. Stolen by Cantor. Hollis Jefferson with it. George picks him up. Cantor's shot is off. Leonard on the wing. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Cantor's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Nurkic. Count that one.
And the swag Nurkic plays with, it's infectious. He doesn't back down from taking a big shot.
And George, here we go. Great D that time from Nurkic. For Portland, they've gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Little passes to Cantor. Lillard from outside hits the 3-point bomb. Lillard's got 9 points here in the second half.
Oh, he is just so clutch, saving his best for when the pressure is at its highest.
George. And nothing is falling for him right now. Trailblazers have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. And it's Lillard missing. And now the fast break. George with the ball. And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Serge Ibaka is checked in for Zubac. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverley.
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
36 seconds left to play in the final quarter. 5 on the clock. Yes!
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
And so here are the Clippers. George finds Leonard. Here's Morris. He's covered by Cantor. It's good! A Huge shot to tie it up.
And that's a clutch bucket by Morris, showing the team they can count on him down the stretch.
17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Lillard, the pass to Cannon. Now, here's Lillard. Oh, missed it. The coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, out of the wire, this is what it's for.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to have a challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. They're double-checking, and the game continues on.
And the Clippers call time here. They're trailing by 2. 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And with a couple seconds still on the clock, I try to get the ball in as close to the basket as possible. That way, if you miss a quick one, you may have time for a putback to tie it at the buzzer.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Batum.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
So the big win by Portland in a tight game. That was a fun night of basketball. Fabulous. Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in. DA, it's...
Hey, Kevin.
It might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. They've got Enes Kanter. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Damian Lillard. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Little in at the small forward. And for Dallas, we've got Luka Doncic. Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then it's Josh Richardson, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. Now here's Lillard. Kanter. It's good on the putback.
And usually amongst the leaders in their offensive rebound rate, Kanter gives your team found points off misses.
Here's Doncic. Richardson outside. Tonight, Greg, 2 teams with a lot of history that know each other very, very well.
And sometimes familiarity breeds contempt.
Yeah.
And that goes for the players, coaches, and fans. This one might get heated.
I'm sure you felt that way many times when you play.
Almost every time I took the floor.
Good.
You literally want to dislike your opponent.
And here is Doncic after Damian Lillard was able to get the 3 to go. Doncic outside.
Doncic showing you his smarts there because he really sized up the situation and took advantage of what the defense gave him.
Portland's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Lillard from deep three-point land. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check and was maybe a step out of his range. Using his size advantage there to rip down that board in traffic.
And where Finney-Smith really made strides last season, his consistency from range.
And Greg, it was really his defense, the work ethic he brings, the effort level. I mean, that's always been there. I watched this kid play in college, and that's always been part of his package. But as an NBA wing, you've got to be able to knock down shots and help space the floor if you want to find your way into the lineup. And to Finney-Smith's credit, he's done that and has become a valuable part of the rotation.
Trailblazers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Kanter, the pass to Nurkic. Lillard from outside. And it's Lillard again missing.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Guys, KP sometimes is just overwhelming. I mean, when he gets good positioning, he sometimes just forces the defense to foul.
And known as a tremendous shooter for his size, Porzingis wasn't quite as accurate last season, which surprised some people.
Yeah, and Greg, some people would automatically assume that because Doncic attracts so much attention that Porzingis would get more wide open looks. But you've got to remember, Porzingis missed a full season and was coming off an injury and needed to reacclimate himself to NBA gameplay. So that takes usually a season plus another season before you're all the way back.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Maxi Kleber comes in for Doncic. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Josh Richardson. And Trey Burke subbed in for Jalen Brunson.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Hardaway. 1:29 left here in the opening quarter. The pass to Cauley-Stein. Banked in off the glass.
Nice work inside by Cauley-Stein. Great tools as a finisher.
And Simons has got the ball here for the Trailblazers. Trailing by 2. For Dallas, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Here's Burke. Tips it up. The Trailblazers shooting a pretty distressing 27% here in the early minutes. And it's blocked.
Like seeing Powell flex his muscle on the defensive end. Really good at timing his jump to block the shots.
Here's Cauley-Stein. Back to Powell. Over McCollum. Powell. That's good.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Here's Simons. Here's Anthony. And he converts the layup.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the three spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Now here's Burke. The lead is 2. It's stolen by Anthony. And now Portland on the break. Wide open look. The offensive rebound. And here's McCollum for 3. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. The Mavericks on top. They lead by a bucket. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And guys, what's your take on the Mavericks so far?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. We've got Anthony. Giles is out there with Collins. Then it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And it's Simons in at the 1. Here's Simons. The Mavericks making the shot. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable. And there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden, I mean, he shoots that step-back 3, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer, Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
Man, I love that list. You're right on. Now, Cauley Stein after the missed 3 from Damian Lillard. Hardaway with a wide-open look. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
Excellent court awareness from the big man there. Porzingis proven to be a reliable passer.
Well, coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But, you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
Now here's Lillard. And he's good on the 3-ball. Lillard's got 6.
And we've seen Lillard hit that shot before. He has no fear when it comes to the deep 3.
Outside Hardaway. Lillard against Brunson. On the money with the shot from the left block. Brunson's got his second bucket.
Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
Lillard from deep three-point land. Porzingis with the rebound.
He's certainly been cold this quarter, guys, but trying to shoot his way back into a groove.
Out to Hardaway. No good on the triple. Trailblazers trail by 5. Here's Simons. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Kleba inside. Covered by Hollis-Jefferson. Kleba with the bucket.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
That's number 2 for him from long range in the quarter. His 3rd overall.
Brunson scanning the floor. Nurkic with the block. And he recovers it. Brunson, good.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here's Lillard. 9 points in the game so far. From the arc. A three-pointer is right on target. Lillard's got 9 points in the quarter.
You won't find too many players with a better understanding of the pick and roll than Lillard. He runs that set to a T.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Marjanovic checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Maxi Kleber. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And here are the Trailblazers now, following the score by Dallas. Pass to Simons. Back to McCollum. Down low, it's stolen by Marjanovic. Richardson outside. On the wing, Hardaway. And the baseline jumper, no good.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
Dwight Powell's checked in for the Mavericks. Luka Doncic comes in for Hardaway. Mavericks leading by 5. Here's Doncic to the paint. Here's Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
Tell you what, for a young player, Doncic has already shown tremendous skill and feel for the game. Beautiful floor awareness there.
And here's McCollum for 3. It's not going to go for him. That one doesn't drop. And so it's Dallas heading to the... Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Chicago. And Kenny, along with the incredible production Luka Doncic gives this team, his leadership. And that does it for our half.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Now, here's Doncic. Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the floor for Dallas. They've got Richardson. Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward. Lillard from outside. That one, no good. Dallas leading by 9. Richardson the pass to Marjanovic. He dishes it to Doncic. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession.
Yeah, and I think he was surprised to see that pass coming his way and just really reacted too late.
Now Lillard. He's got 12. From deep. And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
Read the defense perfectly on that possession.
Trailblazers trail by 11. And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position, not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
Here's Richardson after the Trailblazers pick up 2. That one misses. Now Portland takes it the other way. Hollis Jefferson passes to Kanter, and Kanter throws it down.
Really, it's a thing of beauty to watch Hollis Jefferson move the ball like that. I mean, he's a team-oriented guy who looks to make the pass as much as possible.
Now, here's Doncic. Second chance shot. The wide open look here for Porzingis. Marjanovic kicks to Porzingis. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. His three-pointers off the mark.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Up again. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. And now just a 5-point Maverick lead.
And just a massive player. Nurkic's combination of size and strength helps him on that offensive glass.
Now here's Richardson. Doncic with it. Lock at 6. Dallas needs to get off a shot. And that one's good. Marjanovic.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of ball.
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. From deep three-point range, it's rebounded by Dallas. Marjanovic has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
And so much for repeating the three-point barrage he put on in the first half. Nothing here in the second. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Covington's shot is off.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Burt. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him. Flattening the lottery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the one pick or the second pick. I think that's good for the players and the fans. You don't want anyone rooting for you to lose.
No, absolutely not. Now, Brunson following the three-point attempt by C.J. McCollum. Porzingis on the follow. Porzingis has got the lead up to 12 now for Dallas.
You know, fellas, I like the aggressiveness Porzingis is showing on the glass. I mean, getting good positioning and using that big body when shots go up, that's why he's boarding it well.
And Covington stays with it.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip-in.
But that's the way to go if you've got good position.
Here's Brunson, and it's Dallas with another.
And nice job taking what the defenders gave him. These guys need a gut check right now.
Well, that's exactly the kind of defense that's gotten them into the hole.
Here's Simons. 5 points in the game. Porzingis with the block.
You know, when Porzingis combines quickness with his reach, getting off the floor like that, he can block just about any shot.
And Doncic throws it down.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And, you know, the lead just keeps growing. I mean, this game is not going to get out of their grip. They're going to keep pulling away.
And here are the Trailblazers now. The Mavericks making the shot. 5 to shoot. A 3 from McCollum. The shot, no good. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. We come back right after this. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, Anthony out there with Little. Then it's Collins. Then it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And it's Lillard in at the 1 spot. Here's Lillard following the score by Dallas. Rebounded by Hardaway.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
And that one's good, Lillard.
This guy is simply having a great game from outside.
Mavericks leading by 15. Doncic outside. We're We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. That one off the back iron and out. The Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. That one falls. Hollis Jefferson's got his first bucket in this one.
You know, Hollis Jefferson is a guy who's known for his energy and physicality. Nice to see him using that muscle to power through the defense.
Now here's Brunson. And there's the foul. It's on Nasir Little. That is his first foul of the game. And the Mavericks with some changes. Marjanovic comes in for Jalen Brunson. And it's Richardson in for Hardaway. And then for the Trailblazers, Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Collins. And Enes Kanter subbed in for Anthony.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Now, Doncic, after the missed 3 from Damian Lillard.
Boy, that's a recipe for disaster, fellas. Allowing Doncic to get comfortable from this area, forget about it.
And a deep 3 from Lillard. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Lillard's got 6 in the quarter.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Yeah, and they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot away.
That one drops for him. And the Mavericks lead by 16.
Boy, a strong, versatile offensive player. Doncic's capable of burning you from anywhere on the floor.
And here's Hollis Jefferson. From past the arc, Kanter finds Lillard. From deep. And that one goes out of bounds. Pass touched by Lillard. A different look for Dallas. Dwight Powell's checked in for Porzingis. Hardaway is subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Mavericks leading by 16. Passes it to Marjanovic. From deep. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Hollis Jefferson. And the 3 off target.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Hardaway dishes to Doncic. Right wing. Marjanovic against Kanter. Back to Marjanovic. From deep 3-point range. Dallas no good that time either. Trailblazers trail by 16.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Dallas.
Look at their number of assists.
You know, they didn't get stuck in those one-on-one situations, and they got the ball to the guys with the best matchups. Easy drives, open jumpers, and great ball movement.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for Porzingis.
Every time there was a big possession or a big play, he was a major contributor. Just a great all-around game.
That one from long range. And the Mavericks lead by 16.
Way downtown, Doncic testing the limits of his range there.
And really deep through that time. Here's Doncic. There's 37 seconds left in the 4th. Pass to Powell. Now Marjanovic. He's guarded by Nurkic. Fader on the way. Powell kicks to Marjanovic. Shoots over Nurkic. Marjanovic, no good.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving. Get something better.
Here's Lillard. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. A confident win. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. The Nuggets are not holding anything back in the wardrobe department as they made.
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Damian Lillard. Then it's Little. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Giles in at the power forward. And for Denver, we've got Will Barton. Michael Porter's out there with Bull. Then there's Jamal Murray. And it's Jokic in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's Murray. Fires from 14, and Jokic gets it to go. The assist by Murray. Not many teams have the personnel, Greg, to work the ball through the post, but that's what we're going to see plenty of tonight. These two teams can do it.
No doubt, Kevin. It can really add a dimension to your offense, and it creates different rotations defensively, especially when you've got someone down low that's going to demand a double team. And so I'm interested to see, in essence, some old school basketball in terms of how teams rotate out of that post.
I am too. And here is Murray. Jokic on top.
Nice touch on the jump shot. Jokic's shooting ability changes his team's definition of spacing.
And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. There's the pass to Giles. Three-pointer, Lillard. Lillard again missing. Porter kicks to Barton. Here's the 3, and that one's good by Porter.
And at 7'2", Bull has incredible vision, including noticing when his teammates are open.
And a deep 3 from Lillard. Portland again missing. For Denver, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Back to Barton. Rebound by Nurkic.
The defense with no impact at all. Just didn't have the feel for his jump shot.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Murray against Lillard, and it's Murray penetrating. Porter dishes to Murray. Jokic inside, covered by Lillard, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And it's a challenge trying to guard Jokic from there. Adept at making you foul him on the way up.
And Jokic drops them both.
Oh, this is a big fella who has no problems at the foul line. I mean, a very smooth touch on the stroke.
Lillard fires away from way outside. No good, unable to end this run.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
The kick out to Porter. It's Barton on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Lillard outside. From deep. Rebound by the Nuggets.
He's dragged them down with his performance today. A whole lot of zeros from him on the stat sheet.
Barton passes to Jokic. Barton kicks to Porter. Outside for Murray. High arcing shot. It's good.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Lillard fires away from way outside. And it's Lillard again missing.
He's gone off the rails this quarter. And it's a bad time to do it. I mean, when they're needing to fight from behind.
Porter. Pass to Bull. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Lillard with no one around. The long distance 3 is buried.
Lillard plays with great pace. He's outstanding at knowing when to pull up off the dribble.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Now here is McGee. Back to Morris. 51 seconds left to play here in the first. Millsap has the open look. No good from outside. Trailblazers trail by 10. Covington into the lane. Lays it up and banks it in.
I mean, look, he's evolved as a passer over the course of his career. Get to the right spot, Colin will find you.
Pass to McGee. Back to Morris. Kicks it out to Gordon. From deep. And Cantor pulls it down. For Portland, they've gone just 2 of 8 shooting so far, just 25%. Anthony with the bucket.
Yeah, just superb focus there from Melo, overpowering the D and still finishes.
Now, here is Morris. Right side, Gordon. Out to Morris. Up in time. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's Denver with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And we caught up before the game with Nikola Jokic, who had a few...
Southwest, I mean, you need to cure.
Greg, there are areas of Jokic's game where he probably is the best in the world.
I can't think of a center with better floor vision or better passing ability. His positioning, his angles, his ability to use his size to maximize effectiveness, all at an elite level.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And when you consider how Denver is doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
No question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. They've got Giles. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Damian Lillard. Then it's Little, and it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now, Hollis Jefferson following Will Barton's three-point attempt.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Passes it to Jokic. He dishes it to Porter. And there's the defensive 3-second call. For Denver, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Jokic finds Murray. Back to Jokic. 6 to shoot. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Trailblazers trail by 7. Lillard way outside. From beyond the arc and then some. Lillard's got 6.
His three-point shooting is an important part of his game. Lillard has to hit that shot all night if he wants to keep the D honest.
Murray outside. And it's Jokic in the corner. Feeds the Bull. The kick out to Barton. And a wide open look for Porter. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason, I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Paul Millsap's checked in for Bull. Gordon comes in for Porter. And it's Rivers in for Will Barton.
Love the heart that Collins is playing with. He makes use to give his all on the offensive glass.
And an intentional foul right there. And the Nuggets with some changes. JaVale McGee comes in for Jokic. And Monte Morris subbed in for Murray. Robert Covington's checked in for Portland. McCollum comes in for Damian Lillard. Now, here is Morris. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That is his first foul of the game. Morris outside. Covington with the steal. Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Hey, Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma mater's horn a little bit. Christian Wood's a guy that kind of reminds me of that. He's kind of on the come up. How about Devontae Graham, the second rounder back in 2018? But he's showing to be an established young talent in this league. And there are many more guys like that, and they're going to have their opportunity to become household names.
Now, here is Morris. There's the feed to Millsap. And just miss after miss right now. Portland's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. A putback, and Covington stays with it. Covington's got the lead up to 2 now for the Trailblazers.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you can just feel the momentum starting to shift.
It's McCollum on the wing. Out to Anthony. Back to McCollum. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And McCollum is remarkably quick. Love seeing him put it on the deck and finish at the rim.
Morris looking over the floor. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That'll be his second foul of the game. Zach Collins checked in for the Trailblazers. Monday Hollis Jefferson comes in for C.J. McCollum. Now, here is Morris. No points in the game yet for him. For Denver, they have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point. And he knocks down the first one for the Trailblazers. Robert Covington's checked in for Collins. And McCollum subbed in for Hollis Jefferson.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Here's Simons. 1:05 left in the second quarter. The pass to Canner. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lets the 3 fly. He's off on that one. Good work defensively by Morris. Nuggets trail. Gordon inside. Covington's there. 35 seconds left in the first half of the game. Here's McGee. Pass to Millsap. And it's Portland with the rebound. And here are the Trailblazers. They're on a 13-3 run right now. And foul. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about. Getting the...
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Trailblazers out.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. After 2 quarters, it's Portland out in front. They've got a 2-point lead. Kenny, what was your impression? And that's...
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. One of the stories here, Jokic getting it done today.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
He's so good at reading opportunities and seizing up on whatever the defense gives up.
They've got Porter. Cole is out there with Jokic. Then it's Will Barton, and it's Murray in at the point. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. Lillard from outside, and Bull pulls it down. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for Denver. Murray finds Jokic. He nails it, and we're tied up. Jokic has got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Nuggets.
Plays a rugged game down low. Jokic's toughness adds character to the identity of this team.
And the basket by Lillard.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Now Murray. Dishes it to Porter. In the corner, Bull with it. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Yes, that goes in. Jokic has got it all tied up now for the Nuggets.
And we talk often about Bull's scoring ability, but they're nice time from the big fella.
Pass to Nurkic. That's tipped and stolen by Barton. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Murray surveying the D. On the wing, Porter. Passes it to Jokic. Over Little. Here's Bull. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. That wouldn't. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
When Lillard goes to work in the screen and roll, it's a beautiful thing. I mean, you pretty much pick your poison with him in these sets.
Martin with it. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Now the pass to Jokic. Softly drops in the floater. And the Nuggets lead by 2.
How's that for a start? Good on all 3 attempts so far in the second half.
In the corner, it's Little. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Lillard from deep three-point land. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Lillard's got 13.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store.
And that's an intentional foul. And the Nuggets making a change here. Dozier's checked in. Here's Murray. Pass to Dozier. And here's Jokic. Just 5 on the clock. And the dunk by Bull.
That's just too easy for Bull. Once he gets the right position, his focus there is on the finish.
Barton against McCollum. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. A nice shot by Dozier.
They're not playing defense with anywhere near the passion they showed in the first half. There's been a big-time drop-off.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
The Nuggets leading by 3. And now we've got the intentional foul. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock.
Playing a little cornerback there. Anticipates the pass and jumps the route.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
Morris outside. On the wing, Gordon. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Shot clock at 6. To the middle. Here's McGee. Count it. Good. And the Nuggets lead by 3.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Stolen by McGee. Now here's Gordon. Inside. Rivers. Off with the layup.
He usually takes advantage of D like that. Should have been a simple layup.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Really a good season for him overall last year when you look at the number, 83% from the line.
A different look now for Portland. Collins checked in for Enes Kanter. Harry Giles comes in for Robert Covington. And Lillard subbed in for C.J. McCollum. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Back to Morris. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Pass to McGee. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
At this point of his career, McGee knows who he is, a hustler, an energy guy who uses his athleticism to his advantage.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Now Lillard. He's got 13. From deep three-point range. Can't connect. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Nuggets lead. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. The Nuggets leading by 3. A moment now to reset the lineups. Brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. On the floor for Portland. Nurkic is out there with Giles. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Little. And it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 2-guard spot. Morris finds Murray. Clock at 4. Back to Morris. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off his shot. 24-second violation.
Last thing they want to be doing right now is giving away possession. I mean, turnovers can kill you in this kind of game.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Bol, he's checked in for Millsap. And Barton subbed in for Monte Moore. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
And he's been trying to do it all himself, and it's not working. Instead of forcing shots, you got to focus on moving the ball and keeping everybody involved.
For the Nuggets, Paul Millsap's checked in for Bol. And it's Aaron Gordon in for Porter. Enes Kanter's checked in for Portland. Collum comes in for Hollis Jefferson. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Terry Stotts talk to his team during that timeout. He really got after him in the huddle. He said, look, you can rest after the game. You got to put it all out there if you want to win this one. Back to you guys.
Lillard is phenomenal at penetrating to the bucket. The speed, athleticism, difficult to slow down.
Murray outside. And stolen by Lillard. And now McCollum running the floor all by himself. Neither team here in the fourth generating a lot of separation.
Yeah, it's been a close one. 5 times the lead has switched hands thus far.
Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Here's Murray up on top. Covered by Lillard. Murray dishes to Millsap. Back to Murray. 5 on the clock. Here's Jokic. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 4th rebound in this one. Lillard the pass to Kanter. Little kicks to McCollum. Out left to the wing. Lillard with it. And that one is good.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Millsap passes to Murray. 2nd minute off the clock now in the 4th. The pass to Jokic. A 3. And Kanter pulls it down. Kanter's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
JaVale McGee's checked in for Paul Millsap. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Harry Giles comes in for Kanter. And it's Rondae Hollis Jefferson in for C.J. McCollum. Lillard against Murray. Lillard attacking, and the shot goes in. Lillard's got the lead up to 5 now for Portland.
Got to admire the passion Lillard plays with. He knows he loves having the ball in his hands.
Murray outside. Jokic finds Gordon. Out to the wing. And they get it. And Jokic gets it to go.
Reminding us again why he's one of the game's great clutch shooters.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
Like Boris Becker, I want 200 checkers. So if they want to slow our records, he just want to feck us. Take my boys to Mecca. Oh my blessing. With my dogs. They try to give me, I bet I get to heaven. I stay away from, I'm such a gifted. I'm seated on the floor. She can see the loafers. Showing love to the season ticket holders. Showing love to the season ticket holders. Showing love to the season ticket holders.
We do this for the city, you. What? The whole city.
I'm still here, looking through the window, watching the days go by, watching the sunrise. Why don't you try? I'm still here, looking through the window.
And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Damian Lillard.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
We've got 1:48 left to play here in the fourth. Back to Anthony. Lillard attacking, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
I love how Lillard takes the initiative on offense. I mean, he's a creative and talented guard who's been absolutely on fire.
Here's Murray. Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut down to just 2 points in the bucket from Paul Millsap.
A perfect teammate. I mean, Millsap's numbers don't always jump off the screen, but boy, when you need him, he's there.
Murray against Lillard. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Paul Millsap picks one up.
You gotta respect the interior game a little bit. He gets deep inside. He forces the defense to hit him.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Those are big. I mean, turns into a 2-possession game.
Pass to Jokic. 58 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It falls! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
That's why they put the ball in his hands. They know they can count on him to make crucial shots.
Lillard against Murray. Lillard attacking, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Paul Millsap picks one up.
Outstanding quickness. It keeps the D on their heels. He excels at drawing the foul on these drives.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game. There's 42 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Murray outside. Here's Jokic. Outside for Murray. Back to Jokic. He feeds it to Millsap. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Bol, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Porter comes in for Aaron Gordon. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Giles checked in for Enes Kanter. Little comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson in for C.J. McCollum. And here's Hollis-Jefferson. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. All right, David, great job. Los Angeles. Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of the NBA Live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Also joining us from the DA.
Well, the ceremony.
Thank you, DA. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. We've got Damian Lillard. Giles is out there with Little. Then it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And it's Nurkic in at the 5 down low. And for the Clippers, they've got Paul George. Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Beverly in at the point guard position. George passes to Zubac. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. That 3 off the mark.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
There's Hollis-Jefferson. Excellent D there from George.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
And Doris, with Rondé Hollis-Jefferson, it's more than just stats. The guy is just so active when he's on the floor.
That's right, Greg. It's the hustle and the movement he plays with that are really the strengths. Only 6'6", but it feels like he can play above that size. Great energy guy to bring off the bench. And if you need him because of injuries or fill-in spots, he can start and be productive. What pretty vision right there by Patrick Beverly. Wow.
To the right side. Back to Hollis-Jefferson. Over George. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Outside, George. There's the pass to Batum. Now, here's Zubac. He's guarded by Nurkic. In the corner, George with it. Shoots over Hollis-Jefferson. Shot clock at 3. Left side, Batum. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. The Trailblazers have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. And Lillard kicks to Giles. Back to Lillard for 3. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
George with the ball. Hollis-Jefferson's there. A nice shot by George.
We are talking about a proficient, efficient scorer in Paul George. Go to work, sir.
Lillard from outside. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Clippers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Beverly looking around. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast. Greg, is a point guard, what is it you like to see from that position on the floor?
I think first and foremost, leadership. It's so valuable at that spot, and you know, you always got to have your head high because your teammates are feeding off what you put forth in terms of your body language and enthusiasm. So, you know, the typical stuff about organizing the offense and setting the tone on the defensive end, that stuff's important as well, but so much of how you carry yourself out on the floor when you deal with adversity and you know that you're going to, it is really paramount.
Outside, George drills the three-pointer. George has got 5.
Consistent shooter from outside the arc. Paul George is terrific at finding space when he needs to get a shot off.
Lillard against Beverly. Lillard misses.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
There's the triple. Nurkic the pass to Hollis-Jefferson. Kicks it to Lillard. There it is, his third basket. He's taken 7 shots to get those 3.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong. You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Mann's checked in. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for Portland. Simons, the layup missed. Leonard inside, defended by Covington. Man gets the bucket.
Boy, that open look set up by Kawhi Leonard, that's probably the most underrated aspect of his game.
29 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Simons, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. And here's Leonard from three. Buries the long-range jumper. 7 points in the game. Here's Simons. He's covered by Rondo. Excellent D there from George. It could go. No good. Shot missing. And so both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. The Clippers. Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverley about his throwbacks.
Old school basketball, you know, and it's fun.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverley may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Luke Kennard out there with Jackson. Then there's Patrick Patterson. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Man in at the 3 spot.
Well, a nice defensive play. Alter the shot, then stay right there to clean up the glass.
Man can hit. Trailblazers trail by 3. Here's Lillard. And Lillard throws it down.
And that was not an opportunity Lillard was going to let pass by. Getting down the floor in an instant and finishing on the break.
Here's Jackson, and it goes down 2 points.
How about the timing? Could be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
Lillard scanning the floor. And Lillard throws it down.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
Jackson passes to Patterson, and it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. So, for the Clippers, Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Ibaka. Marcus Morris comes in for Patrick Patterson. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson. And a switch here also for Portland. Hollis Jefferson's checked in. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. So they take the lead. And the Trailblazers lead by 1.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
Here's Batum. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Here's Simons. Outside Anthony. Hollis Jefferson in the post. Cantor. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Cantor's got the lead up to 3 now for the Trailblazers.
Elite offensive rebounder from the moment he stepped between the lines. Enes Kanter, that is a strength of his game.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Robert Covington's checked in for Cantor. Little comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And McCollum subbed in for Rondé and Hollis Jefferson. Here's Simons. He's covered by Rondo. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
George passes to Jackson. A floater. Rebounded by McCollum.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
And foul call. Looks like they had a clear path to the basket. He'll be shooting 2 free throws. And they'll retain possession. And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach, Doris, to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Morris. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Jackson. 1:32 left now here in the second. Here's Leonard. Zubac trying to break loose. And that one's good. Leonard's got 11.
How about the focus and locked-in nature of Kawhi Leonard? My goodness.
George against McCollum. The putback, it's good on the putback.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Pass to Zubac. Back to George. There's his third field goal, and now he's made half of his 6 shots.
That's not an easy play. Paul George is an extraordinary player. Keeps his eye on the bucket at all times.
McCollum kicks to Collins. It's a hand on it. Great positioning on the putback. Simons has got 4 points in the quarter.
They continue to be outworked and outmuscled on the backboard.
George against McCollum. And George gets it to go. 9 points in the game so far.
Well, I like to see Paul George be assertive down low. This guy doesn't lack for confidence, and he is an accomplished scorer regardless of where he is on the floor.
Here's McCollum. Lays it up off the glass. And the Trailblazers lead by 1. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
Here's George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Well, primarily known as a scorer, Kawhi Leonard using his playmaking skills to set up his teammates there.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the... And for the Clippers, the wing tandem of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. That's all for now. Say goodbye.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Paul George really making a difference here.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. Anthony out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then there's McCollum. And it's Simons in at the point. Chalk up 2 there.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason, I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
So Portland ends up going with the new group.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Nobody near Leonard. The shot, no good. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Hollis Jefferson kicks to Nurkic. Passes it to Lillard. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Lillard's got the lead up to 3 now for the Trailblazers.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there. Well, I guarantee you this is not what they talked about in the locker room. 0 for 3 and looking lost.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Stolen. Here's Lillard, and the shot is good. Now it's a 7-point Trailblazer lead.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
Leonard attacking. Nurkic with the block.
Wow, another empty possession out of the gates. 0 for 4 in this half. Brutal.
And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And finished off by Leonard.
Kawhi Leonard makes dunks look easy. That ball looks like a grapefruit in his hands.
Lillard, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. From deep. Lillard again missing.
One made three form for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
And that one's good. George.
I'll tell you, that's the speed of Paul George on the drive. Amazing attack on the rim.
Lillard way outside. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Lillard's got 18 points in the game.
When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
Pass to Nurkic. Lillard outside. And the Trailblazers, another three.
Challenging this D with the 3-ball. That's his second from distance this half, and he also hit one in the first half, too.
And, Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Simons the pass to Cameron. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
And he rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Outside, George. He kicks it to Patterson. Takes the three. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
An even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
The pass to Ibaka. George against McCollum. That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut down to 6, and the bucket from Paul George. And Simons has got the ball here for Portland. McCollum outside. And that one, good. McCollum's got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, the advantage they have right now is largely based on his play. What an outstanding night.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Here's Jackson, and he makes good on the layup.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
McCollum with the ball. He's got 8. Over George. A putback, and Kent are able to finish. Cantor's got the lead up to 8 now for the Trailblazers.
Well, not sure who was responsible for the block out, but this guy got in there and dug out his points.
Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And for the Clippers, they're shooting 59% up to this point. They're working for great shots, and they're hitting them. Baca is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then it's Luke Kennard. And there's Jackson, and it's Mann in at the 3 slot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Trailblazers leading by 8. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Well, that's about court awareness. Hollis Jefferson playing very well within the confines of this offense.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
McCollum's checked in for Anthony Simons.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Ibaka finds Patterson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
Boy, when Patrick Patterson doesn't shy away from contact, he is so effective. This guy's solid at the line.
And he makes both free throws. And for Portland, their shooting has just been outstanding tonight. 56% as a team in this game. Lillard outside. Clock at 6. And the layup's good off the glass. Lillard's got 12 points in just the second half.
And how about Lillard just being aggressive here on offense? He can heat up quickly, just super efficient, and a high IQ score.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Jackson hits both of them.
And Reggie Jackson, the former 24th pick by the Thunder, wasn't content to back up Westbrook. He basically forced his way out in search of a larger role.
Jackson against Lillard. And it's blocked by Ibaka. Here's Mann and the powerful one-handed slam.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right. You could see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
And when Lillard sees an opening, he takes full advantage, skilled at drawing contact.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. He's perfect from the line this time.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work and it pays dividends.
Outside Leonard. 3-pointer. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
Well, what makes Kawhi so problematic in the pick and roll? He can do about anything he wants out of it, including keep the basketball.
Back to Lillard. This one for 3. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
And they've had the advantage tonight on the glass, and that's another big one.
Batum, good.
Paul George will force you to stay balanced defensively because if you have a miscue, he will find the open guy.
Lillard from outside. It's hauled in by Zubats. Clippers trail by 3. Guys, we've seen some excellent offense. Wow, that was a strong dunk.
That is nice.
Well, Kawhi Leonard has been in so many big-time situations. How confident is he right there?
And that one's good, Lillard.
That's one of those clutch shots he's known for. When the pressure is high, he seems to be the most locked in.
Up top, Leonard, covered by Hollis Jefferson. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Beverly. Leonard's got 7 points here in this quarter.
But Kawhi Leonard's starting to percolate, guys. You may want to start checking this guy.
McCollum outside. Batum with the steal. And so they foul intentionally. Marcus Morris is checked in for Nicholas Batum. Harry Giles is checked in for Portland. Little comes in for McCollum. George passes to Zubac to tie it up. A nice shot by George. George has got the game tied up here for Los Angeles.
These are the shots we have come to expect from Paul George. This guy is cold-blooded.
Lillard outside. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Lillard's got 30.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
George dishes to Leonard. Good again. He's on tonight. 9 for 13 shooting.
Absolutely no fear. Kawhi Leonard welcomes these moments. He relishes these moments.
Lillard against Beverly. Here's Giles. It's good!
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
Leonard kicks to Beverly. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lillard. And the Clippers making a change here. Ibaka's checked in. There's 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Leonard. It's in! And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
This is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
Lillard against Beverly. And it's sent back by Leonard. To take the lead, George passes to Morris. At the elbow, it's Ibaka. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Outside Leonard. Just 5 to shoot. Over Giles. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They're behind by 3. Just 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. What do you think, guys?
And they need a 3 to tie.
He beat the buzzer!
Delivery at the buzzer. That is beautifully done.
And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. So the Clippers win the tip. And always a good ride in these post-regulation battles. This overtime now looking to be an exciting one. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for the Trailblazers, Damian Lillard out there with Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Then it's Little. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Giles in at the 4-man position. Lillard against Beverly. Now here's Lillard, guarded closer. 4 on the clock. Bank shot, no good.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And George gets it to go. George has got 26 points.
Well, Paul George just putting on a show right now. He's been around this league for a long time. The confidence is there.
Lillard fires away from way outside. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. To the inside. Outside for George. It's George on the wing. Offline with his three. Trailblazers trail by 4. Here's Giles. Paul George grabs the miss. 1:29 left in the first overtime. Beverly for 3. And Damian Lillard pulls it down. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for Portland. There's Hollis Jefferson. Makes it off the glass.
How about the quick decision-making? Hollis Jefferson knowing he has the full trust of his teammates to take and make these big-time shots.
Here's George. Zubac. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Zubac has got the lead up to 4 now for the Clippers.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
And Lillard gets it to go.
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
Outside, George. This is it to Zubac. Got it!
And you can feel the excitement in the building. Both of these teams pouring it on.
There's been a bit of a flurry here late, and this game may come down to which side gets a stop or two.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Here's Leonard. And it's Portland with the rebound.
And no secret here, guys. They've got to get a 3 if we're going to get yet another overtime.
On the wing, George. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Stolen by George. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. It's the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
Well, Paul George smack dab in the middle of the prime of his career, and maybe underestimated is his drive to win. That's what you call slamming the door. This one is over.
Three-pointer, Lillard misses there. So the Clippers with the win. And they had some. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.